The MTDCNC Podcast, sponsored by Langley Alloys, unique metals for demanding applications, providing first-class performance and an international service.
Hello and welcome to the MTDCNC Podcast. Today we're recording in Warwick at the home of Walter EWAG UK. Joining me today is Philip Morris, the Sales Director and General Manager for the company, as well as Achim Schurius, the CSO of Walter EWAG. Gents, welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Achim, if we come to you first, just tell us a little bit about the company, please.
Yeah, well, Walter EWAG UK was founded in 2004 when we separated from our former owner, the Walter AG, and we built up our own company here. And since that time, we are having here always a subsidiary and a demo room, service people, service and application support for our customers. So this is the date the company here was born.
Sure. And if we talk about Europe and further afield, what's the size of the company? What's the scale of the company in the group?
Worldwide, Walter EWAG, we are roughly 650 people. In some countries, we have our own subsidiary, like in the United Kingdom, and in some companies, we are together with our colleagues from the group, from the United Grinding Group.
Sure. And what technologies do you offer?
Yeah, the Walter EWAG Group stands for tooling, the tool group. We supply to our customers grinding, eroding, and measuring machines.
Okay. And Phil, you've been with the company not so many months. How are you settling in? How are you finding the business?
I'm really enjoying joining Walter EWAG. Fantastic company, quality machines, and excellent team. I've been with Walter EWAG around about 8 months now. We look after the UK and Ireland. We have many facets to the business, as Achim mentioned, with grinding, eroding and measuring. And we also have a very healthy service department that looks after the machines for maintaining peak performance and also retrofitting as new technology comes along to improve the machines.
Sure. I used to use Walter grinding machines many years ago, we'll say. And you're from a similar background to me, so you must have been exposed to these machines in some of your previous roles.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah. In my previous roles with the applications and the sales of carbide cutting tools, I'd always seen that a lot of the premier brands were manufactured on a Walter machine. And then when I get up close and see the technology of how they're made, it's closed the loop for me as to from a starting point of using a tool and how it's ground and what you can do to that tool to make it perform better on various materials.
Absolutely. And we're actually here, this podcast has taken place, like I say, in Warwick at your open house. It's the first time I've been here. Well, it's not the first time for some time we've been here with the levels of technology we have downstairs. I'd just like to touch upon that if we can. How's the week been, the open house? Been successful?
Yes, it's been a good turnout on day one. We have 2 new machines to the UK market, the Mini Plus and the G200. We also have a HELICHECK ADVANCED here. The beauty of the machines is they can all talk to each other, networked, and also the Mini Plus boasts the new core panel, which would need no more hardware upgrades in order to talk to any other machine within the United Grinding Group.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on the technology. You've mentioned them all there, but if we start with the HELITRONIC Mini Plus, what's different about it? And maybe we come to Achim, if we can come to you on this. Where does that fit in the market? What's making it different?
Well, first of all, the Plus is a combination of 3 models of the same base, which we had in the past. And each of these models had some limitations. And we decided last year we're going to need to change that to make it easier for our customers and that they can select the machine as they need it. So we introduced that machine last year, the Plus, and the Plus means you can add to the basic machine every option which you like to have. If this is automation or if this is measuring in the machine, the technology of the base, like the linear drives on the C-axis and things like that. So that was the idea behind.
And I know we've got a very efficient spindle as well.
Yeah, we have the A-axis renewed. This gives the possibility for cylindrical grinding. That was also something which was not available, let's say, with the technology that we have right now. And this allow our customers that they can make a complete tool on this machine.
And it's like another level of automation again, isn't it, from Walter EWAG?
Yeah.
You know, obviously we talk about automation a lot, but what are the advantages on this particular machine, both in terms of the wheel dressing, the wheel changing, and what I would class as automation, actual carbide tools themselves?
Yeah, well, there are a few things on that machine which gives him full automation. Is of course a robot loader who is loading the blanks or the tools. But then, as you just touched it, the dressing, which is also important to keep the wheels in shape. And the other thing is the automatic measuring system on the machine, the IMS, which is measuring during the process and compensating the values. So that means that machine can run for a very long time without an operator.
Yeah, and the other thing I highlighted on this machine, not just this machine, but across all of your suite of machines, there's a big skills gap here in the UK, and I know it's no different in Europe and further afield. It's very short education on these machines. They're so easy to program, aren't they? You don't need to go years and years of education to learn how to use these machines. They're very, very intuitive, very easy to use, easy to program.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the best example is the calibration of our robot loader, because he's doing his calibration by himself. You just have to start the calibration program. And when it comes to the software, we have a wizard which allows you immediately to generate an ident number. And only if you want to have something special, you need to go more in detail into the software. But the wizard is a very big help to start with it.
Sure. And it's going to be a good seller for you?
Yes, it's a very good selling machine for us. Absolutely. And I think the decision we made last year to combine the three models to one machine was a very good decision. And it's a very good introduction into the machine.
Sure. Phil, if we can come to you, the G200, that's incredibly small for such a fast, dynamic, robust machine, such a tiny footprint.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, don't be put off by its size. It certainly packs a punch. It's 2.3 meters square footprint. So when floor space is at a premium,
which it is everywhere,
this machine can slot straight in and take up no space at all, really. The beauty of the machine, we've got a mineral cast base. It's rigid, it's strong. The rigidity gives benefits to its accuracy, to its consistency of grinding. But the best thing with this machine is you can add a top loader automation to the machine, but it's not only just a sort of a machine that can be considered for regrinds. We can now manufacture tools from 1 mil to 20 mil and regrind from 3 mil to 100 mil. The top loader will enable us again, as Achim pointed out, with integrated measuring systems to let this machine run unmanned in a small area, taking up no space, but it's so powerful and so strong.
Yeah, you'd be forgiven when you look at the machine. You'd be forgiven to thinking it's a micro tool machine, wouldn't you? Maybe 3 millimeters up to 6, 8, maybe 10 millimeters. But now what you're saying is it's up to 20 mil, so that's going to be probably 95% of the cutting tool market fits on that machine.
It is absolutely. It's not restricted in any way with what it can produce. Again, if you wanted to go above 20 mil, then the ideal solution would be to move to the Mini Plus. Hence, we've got a machine to start off with to meet your needs if 20 millimeters is the largest tool you want to do for production. It is a 9 kilowatt motor. So if we look at that, that's powerful enough to do all of the tools that you're looking at within a range up to 20 mil. If we sort of transpose the formulas for cutting, producing tools, if you had a motor that was 3-4 times the size of that, it's it's really a little bit wasted because there's only so much force you can put into a carbide before it will snap. So a 9 kilowatt motor, we've calculated, is more than adequate to produce all of the tools up to 20 mil. But the other thing is, as well, is the small area, its movement is shorter, so cycle times are quicker. Cycle times quicker, along with the 9 kilowatt motor, equals less electricity used.
I was going to say that. That's got to be a big thing, surely.
It has to be.
I know electric has stabilised slightly, touch wood. Hopefully it doesn't go back, but it's still horrific for many, many manufacturers. That's got to be a huge advantage.
Oh, absolutely. And if we look at some of the, say, one of our older machines are in the marketplace, say from 94 to 97, we'll buy that machine back because we're passionate about our contribution to making savings within a company. We could take that machine back and give a good discount on a new G200, which then its ongoing savings will pay for itself over a period of time.
Yeah, and again, tell us about the software on this machine.
The software on the machine is the same as a FANUC control. We use Tool Studio. Tool Studio is so easy to use, and we coin the phrase, we can grind what you see. So basically, when you're programming this machine, you will see its movements in 3D, and you can see the position of the tool and the position of the wheel, and that's exactly how it is on the machine. So if you think back to your days of setting up a machine, constantly opening the door to see if the tool is in the right place or failing, you don't need to do that, because you will grind what you see on the software.
Like a digital twin almost.
Absolutely. And that once that's there, you're confident that you could let this go. You measure off and then produce. And then the integrated measuring system software option will compensate and keep the size correct.
Fantastic. And I will say, when you see, and there's a video out on the MTDCNC YouTube channel, so you should go and look at the size of this machine. It's tiny. You could literally have one in your garage, couldn't you? Mm-hmm. So, but the other thing I want to touch on, anyone can make a tool, but we've got to inspect the tool, haven't we? You've got the HELICHECK ADVANCED, and is it fair to say you're unique in that you can grind the tool and you can authenticate the tool, you can measure the tool with the HELICHECK? Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, and this is a big and an important point for Walter. We started with the measuring technology very early, and we developed it to the level where it is right now. And even if you can measure in the machine, you are not measuring every parameter, so you need like a kind of a referee. And this is our HELICHECK series, and we have now. We have the Advanced, which you see here on the Open House, but we have a Pro and a Plus, which gives you also Pro or a 3D measuring system, a lot of further possibilities to measure a tool.
Yeah, it's very important because a number of manufacturers have to inspect a large percentage of their tools. I think we probably know they're going to be correct, but manufacturers and ISO certification, AS9100, things like this, they want 100% inspection on tools. And you want your grinding machines grinding and your inspection machines inspecting, surely. Yeah. It's almost tying up a grinding machine to inspect a tool. If you're doing 100%, sure, that's not very productive, right?
No, absolutely not. You measure on a grinding machine only those parameters which are really important for the process. But for quality insurance, you measure more parameters, which is very often requested by the companies. If you deliver tools to big aerospace companies, they will request a protocol for it. And also the measuring machines have the capability of being connected with a robot loader, so you can do 100% checking also during the night.
Sure, and we're looking at ball screws, linear drives, a good solid base, so regardless of the temperature, it shouldn't move a great deal.
The base of the machine is a granite block. Brings big advantages, temperature resistant, vibration doesn't mean nothing to the granite. And it's very stable, very accurate. For sure, in the measuring technology of tools, is the most accurate machine.
And Phil, in your history of looking at cutting tools and things, it seems a daft question, but how important is it they're correct? What it says on the tin is what it's...
Oh, it goes without saying, if you can't guarantee the dimensional accuracy of your tool that's going to a customer, then we could have problems at the end phase where the tools are milling. If they're not right, then a bad tool is going to produce a bad job.
Sure, certainly on regrinds where maybe we're not grinding, a 16 mil tool becomes 15.75 or whatever. It's going to become more and more important, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And again, maintaining that accuracy to a tolerance that the customer requires, then the customer can be confident that when they put that data into the machine, they're going to cut and carry on without too much time of resetting.
Sure. And the other point I wanted to touch upon, at MTDCNC, we regularly get phone calls saying, I'm starting a CNC machine shop. I've just bought a 5-axis machine or a multi-axis lathe. And in the UK, we've got about 9,000 in our database. We think there's probably 11-ish thousand, but not many grind shops. Why aren't people starting grind shops? It's, the cost of carbide's going through the roof. People are being encouraged more and more to regrind tools, of course. So we need service centres for these tools, don't we? So maybe some of these engineers being entrepreneurial, looking to start a machine shop, they should be looking to start a grind shop.
Yes, I would agree. To take control of your grinding is it's important, but it also it is something. It's a journey that takes time in order to make the product correct for the use. It's a journey that you need to partner with a good grinding company such as ourselves, because it's not something that you can learn overnight. As you say, everybody would be able to do it. But with regards to a Walter machine, its ease of use would definitely give you that edge in order to break into that regrind, resharpen market. Yes, definitely.
For sure. Well, gents, appreciate your time today. Appreciate the invite to the open house. It's been well attended, like you say. I think there's going to be some new customers downstairs, so it should be a prosperous week for you both as well. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And more importantly, for all you listeners at home, thank you for listening, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the MTDCNC Podcast, sponsored by Langley Alloys, specialists in a wide range of exotic materials for any application for all your engineering needs.